Welcome to our travel and spooky guide. Today we're diving into the top 10 most cursed places in the world. Get ready to learn about their locations, the curses that haunt them, and the legends behind these eerie spots. We're talking ghosts, demons, curses, all that good stuff. So buckle up, grab your sage and crystals, just in case, and get ready for a wild ride. And guys, seriously, comment below if you'd ever be brave enough to visit any of these places. Let's get started. Okay, first up, we're heading to India to a place called Bangar Fort. This place is seriously creepy, guys. It's this huge fort, but it's totally abandoned. Legend has it that this place is cursed. So the story goes, this powerful sorcerer fell head over heels for the princess who lived in the fort. But she wasn't into him. So what does he do? He tries to use black magic to make her fall in love with him. The princess found out about his plan and had him killed. But before he died, the sorcerer cursed the entire fort. He said that no one would ever be able to live there in peace again. And guess what? People say the curse is real. They say that anyone who tries to stay in the fort overnight experiences crazy paranormal activity like disembodied voices, shadows moving in the darkness, even full-on apparitions. The Indian government takes this curse so seriously that they actually have signs posted outside the fort, warning people not to enter after dark. How creepy is that? I don't know about you guys, but I would not want to be caught dead, pun intended, in that fort after dark. Moving on. Next up, we're going to Romania, to a forest that's even creepier than the one in Transylvania. It's called Hoia Forest, and it's known for some seriously strange stuff. We're talking UFO sightings, weird lights, people disappearing, the whole 9 yards. Some people even say that it's a portal to another dimension. One of the creepiest stories from this forest is about a shepherd who just vanished into thin air. Like one minute he was there, the next minute gone. And he was never seen again. They say he went into the forest with like 200 sheep and they all just disappeared too. People who have gone into the forest and actually made it back out talk about feeling watched, feeling nauseous, getting horrible headaches. Some people even say that they've lost time in the forest. Like they'll go in for an hour, but when they come out, hours or even days have passed. There are all these theories about why this forest is so weird. Whatever the reason, Hoia Forest is one place I would not want to get lost in. Let's keep going. Alright, let's head over to Canada now, to a fancy hotel with a not-so-fancy secret. It's called the Banff Springs Hotel, and it's supposed to be one of the most haunted hotels in the world. This place is beautiful, like seriously gorgeous. It's nestled in the Canadian Rockies. It looks like something out of a fairy tale. But don't let that fool you, this place has seen some things. One of the most famous ghosts at the Banff Springs Hotel is a bride. The story goes that she was on her way to her wedding when she tripped and fell down the stairs, breaking her neck. They say she still wanders the halls in her wedding dress, looking for her lost love. And then there's the story of the bellman. He's supposed to be a friendly ghost, like he'll actually help you with your bags and stuff, but it's still creepy, right? Imagine checking into your hotel room and seeing a ghost bellman standing there smiling at you. People have reported all sorts of weird stuff happening at the Banff Springs Hotel. Doors slamming shut on their own, lights flickering, cold spots, you name it. I'd rather sleep in a tent than spend the night in that hotel. Okay, we're going back to Europe now, to a place that's practically synonymous with hauntings, the Tower of London. I mean, this place has seen it all. Executions, torture, imprisonment, you name it. It's no wonder that it's crawling with ghosts. Probably the most famous ghost at the Tower of London is Anne Boleyn. You know, Henry VIII's wife? The one he had beheaded? Yeah, her. People say that she still wanders the grounds, carrying her head under her arm. And then there are the two young princes, Edward and Richard. They were locked in the tower by their uncle, Richard III, and they were never seen again. Some people say that their ghosts can be heard crying out for their mother. There are literally hundreds of ghost stories from the Tower of London. People have reported seeing shadowy figures, hearing footsteps in the hallways when no one else is around, feeling cold hands touching them. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Alright, let's take a trip to France now, to a castle that's straight out of a horror movie. It's called Chateau de Brissac, and it's supposed to be haunted by a ghost they call the Green Lady. Now this isn't your friendly Casper the Friendly Ghost kind of ghost. This ghost is pissed. See, the Green Lady was a real person, a woman named Charlotte de Breze, and she was murdered by her husband in the castle. He stabbed her to death in her room, and they say that she was wearing a green dress at the time, hence, the Green Lady. They say that you can still see the bloodstains on the floor of her room, even after all these years. And apparently, Charlotte is not happy about being murdered. People say that her ghost haunts the castle and she's not afraid to let people know she's there. Visitors have reported hearing her screams echoing through the halls, seeing her ghostly figure wandering the grounds, and even feeling her icy breath on their necks. I'll take a hard pass on visiting this castle. Okay, let's head back to the US now, to a plantation with a dark past. It's called the Myrtles Plantation, and it's in Louisiana. And this place is supposed to be seriously haunted. See, the Myrtles Plantation was a working plantation back in the day, which means that a lot of slaves were forced to work there against their will. And let's just say that they weren't treated very well, so it's no surprise that there are a lot of restless spirits at the Myrtles Plantation. People say that you can hear the slaves singing at night, and that you can see their ghostly figures wandering the grounds. But the slaves aren't the only ghosts at the Myrtles Plantation. There's also the ghost of a young girl who was poisoned to death, and the ghost of a former owner who was shot in the chest. People who have stayed at the Myrtles Plantation have reported all sorts of creepy stuff. Doors opening and closing on their own, objects moving by themselves, disembodied voices, cold spots, you name it. I'm getting creeped out just talking about it. Chapter 7. Poveglia Island, Abandoned Island of Screams. We're going back to Europe, to an island so creepy it's illegal to visit. Poveglia Island off the coast of Italy is seriously messed up. It was a quarantine zone for plague victims. Thousands died there, their bodies burned or dumped in mass graves. The soil is literally made of human remains. Later, a mental hospital was built where patients were tortured and murdered. It's considered one of the most haunted places on Earth. People say you can hear ghostly screams across the water. The Italian government forbids visiting the island, saying it's too dangerous. But that hasn't stopped people from trying. I'll stick to non-haunted islands. Moving on. Next up, we have... Okay, let's head over to Japan now, to a forest that's known as the Suicide Forest. It's called Aokigahara, and it's at the base of Mount Fuji. This forest is beautiful, but it's also incredibly eerie. The trees are so thick that they block out the sun, and the forest floor is covered in moss and fallen leaves. It's like stepping into another world. But Aokigahara is also a place of great sadness. For years, people have been coming to the forest to end their lives. It's so common, in fact, that there are signs posted throughout the forest urging people to reconsider. And it's not just the suicides that make Aokigahara so creepy. The forest is also said to be haunted by yurei, which are Japanese ghosts. Yurei are usually depicted as being vengeful spirits, and they're said to haunt the places where they died. People who have gone into Aokigahara have reported feeling watched, hearing strange noises, and even seeing ghostly figures. Some people believe that the forest is so full of negative energy that it can actually drive people to suicide. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sure I believe in ghosts. But Aokigahara Forest, that place gives me the creeps. We're heading back to North America, to an island straight out of a nightmare. It's called the Island of the Dolls, in Mexico, and it's seriously creepy. Imagine an entire island covered in dolls, hundreds, thousands of them, hanging from trees, nailed to walls, scattered on the ground, like a horror movie. The story behind the dolls is even creepier. The island was inhabited by Don Julian Santana Barrera. He found a young girl who had drowned in the canal. Believing her spirit haunted the island, he started hanging dolls to appease her. But some say the dolls made things worse. They say the dolls are possessed, moving their heads and limbs. I wouldn't want to be caught on that island after dark. Pretty sure those dolls would come to life and try to kill me. Let's move on to our final destination. Okay, we're ending our spooky tour with a place that's shrouded in mystery. It's the Bermuda Triangle, and it's located in the North Atlantic Ocean. This area is famous for all the ships and planes that have disappeared there over the years, and no one knows why. Some people say it's because of natural phenomena like magnetic anomalies or rogue waves, but others say that something more sinister is going on. Some believe it's a portal to another dimension, or that it's home to some kind of sea monster. Whatever the reason, the Bermuda Triangle is a creepy place. Oh my god, you guys, I am so creeped out right now. Like, I need to go watch a Disney movie and hug a puppy or something. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this spooky travel guide, don't forget to like and subscribe for more eerie adventures. See you next time.